Hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar. Happy Easter Passover. Trying to get a couple videos out this, I guess this, what do you know? It's Friday. It's Friday. I'm trying to do a little education, little psychology, and a little chart work with you. So with that, I'm going to put all this together. I'm just going to start off right now and talk about the important elements or the important personality types of being a successful trader. And if you could actually take all the really successful traders out there, grab a personality or some kind of thing out there you could label and describe exactly what it is to become that type of trader. I would have to say that patience in the market is one of the most important factors of a trader. And once if you could wait, and this is where I want to just go into a little bit something that I do is, as you know, on the radio, I trade, usually pullback patterns. And when I say pullback patterns, stocks that are moving back, yet are starting to pattern up, and I could recognize these patterns as a reversal about to happen, and I could start, timing that reversal and stuff. But again, I've really tried to limit myself to these type of charts. I don't want to take a guess on just a consolidation pattern and something, but I want to see known patterns that I've traded off, and they're not too many. It's not like you're going through a encyclopedia of names of exotic patterns. It's I could probably trade 4 to 5 patterns and wait for those patterns to show up, and once those patterns show up, the risk reward greatly becomes in my favor, because I've waited, for my original setup. I'm waiting for that area that I know that's going to work up. My indicators, tell me when to get in and if it's a valid move or not, and that's a whole other story about indicators. But you can see the oversold indicator here, and I know that, we're pulling back to a right shoulder. There's a clear-cut neckline that you just have to basically see this stuff as it's happening. That way you're prepared for it and say, all right, this is perfect. I've been watching this one here. I'm watching it. It's about 7 days later. Now I'm like, all right, stochastics are ready. We have a definite trend line up here, and we're already getting oversold on stochastics, and and there's a big divergence here. So you see where the high is here and the high here, and then I should say the low here and the high here, the low here, the high here, and then continue with the high here, but where the low is way off the recent low, and we already got oversold. So that's the divergence that you see. It's the price in action, the divergence. So that was giving me another clue that was going to move up, and then of course the pattern clue. So you have to really have the patience to, just scan through the charts, have yourself a little system where you know your boundaries and stuff, and really wait on those trades to happen. So this is an example of trade. Walgreens came up on a scan, loved it. One of my, banged the table on it. And we got in it perfect because it was a perfect time to get in. We got in right underneath the trend line here, and again you can see the results of that pattern, and it's just not coincidence that happens at that point. WMS here is another recent trade here. It was a little even different. This was in a channel trade, so this is another example of a pattern that you want to constantly find yourself traded in, because it outlines where you need to get in, outlines where you need to get out. It doesn't get any simpler than this. The truth is, if you would call this a secret, this is probably the greatest secret in trading. What separates the winners and losers is the winners understand the market works in a certain way, and they need to adjust to the market's rhythm. The losers don't care, they're jumping in, and they're not really concerned with what the market's doing. They're or the overall picture, or there's just, it's just each day they fight their battle, and if they come out a winner, they're a winner. If they don't, they don't. But I tell you, I'd rather fight my battle right here, when I know there's a great chance of a move in my direction, than fight it anywhere else. So again, if you could just wait to those areas, sit back, and scan, have a big focus list. And as that focus list, you rotate through that, scanning through it, and if you start to see something set up, you take some notes on it, you move on. DGX here. Last couple weeks trade here. Again, slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern. Stochastic and oversold. The divergence between the prices levels, and then putting in that head and shoulders pattern. And of course, we get in right here. Boom! It takes right off. again, if you could just wait for these areas, you're going to be such a you know, I tell you, things would really improve on everyone's trading scorecard there. Let me see a couple more stocks here. PDE we got in, and it was just a great. Well, actually, that was based on news, but I did notice that there was an inverted head and shoulders pattern here. And the reason I wanted to bring this one up, this reminds me, another pattern I always look for, an inverted head and shoulders pattern on a 200-period moving average. Usually, if you bounce off of it and fail it and come back above it, that next retest is going to be right around, it's going to hold that level. So you get this inverted head and shoulders on the 200. I've seen this many times in many different charts. Let's see, let me think of other charts like that. You know what? Let me see. LFC. Yeah, this was one. You could barely see this one, but this is exactly what happened here. Kind of held the 200, bounced up, then failed, came back above it, held it, and then we rallied up. But this is not the best example, but you can see the 200-period moving average there. But there's so many examples out there. Just wanted to tell you that's another strict confined pattern I wait for. Once that sets up, I know the odds are in my favor. I wait for the timing to set up on the stochastics, and then everything is good to go. CRK. This is a gift for you guys that haven't checked it out yet. Again, this is one that's currently on the radio show. Hopefully a lot of people are in here because we noticed the lower trend line here, and we started picking it up here at the lower trend line. And knowing that the stochastics also were in this type of pattern, we are catching stochastics at the right time too, and oversold level. Definitely have a great feeling about this one. I feel this one's going to break out, which we are doing, breaking out through the trend line here on increased volume, great volume. We're going to have follow through easy on Monday, and I think this one's even going much higher than this. So CRK and some of the gas stocks are looking very good. CHK also in a large downward channel here. And again, waiting for those setups, taking the setups when the market tells you to take them. All right, establishing trends, make sure you know your patterns. All right, that's it. Let me see if I get another one out for you guys before the end of the weekend, or maybe even by the end of tonight. Have a great weekend. That's the Day Trader Rockstar. See you in the markets Monday.